Okay. Selection of coal for thermal power plant. Now, now suppose what are the parameters that we consider about the coal before selecting that coal for the thermal power plant, right? So in this we are checking size of the coal. When we are taking the coal from the coal is not of same size, right? Coal is either of small size or big size. The size should be proper, right? Then sulfur content. In the coal, sulfur should not be there. If it is there, we have to remove it, right? Then its other properties like whether it is grindable or not. Anthracite coal is very strong. It is clean, high carbon percentage, but it is very strong, so it is very difficult to grind. So polarization is not possible for that, right? So these parameters we are considering. Generally, we are using in India lignite and bituminous. These are the coals we are using for the thermal power, right? So its properties, calorific value, then caking is possible or not, grinding is possible or not. These are the parameters that we consider for the selection of coal for the thermal power. Okay. Now, second point is coal beneficiation. Coal beneficiation.
सल्फरचं प्रमाण कोणत्या कोणते जास्त
Sulfur, it is more in anthracite. Sulfur is very less, but in bituminous, lignite, the sulfur percentage is 0% to 3%, right? So it is not fixed that in particular coal percentage is more or less. It could be more in bituminous, it could be more in lignite. It is like it is not fixed, and maximum percentage of sulfur that will be 3%. More than that, it will not be there. Okay, coal beneficiation. Coal beneficiation. Now, what is coal beneficiation? Beneficiation means processing on the coal. When we are taking it out from the coal, before sending it to the power plant, we need to do some processing. The coal that we are taking out from the coal is not suitable for the direct usage, right? Before using it, we have to process it. Why we need to process? So that handling will be easy, then polarization will be easy, combustion will be easy, and pollution will be less, transportation will be easy. All these parameters we are taking into consideration. Because of that, coal beneficiation. Beneficiation nothing but processing on that coal before it is sending to the thermal power, right? So what are the steps that we are considering in the coal beneficiation? First is the removal of dirt. Removal of dirt. Now, when we are taking out, when coal is there in the mine, it is not only coal. When forest and woods are getting buried under the ground, along with wood, there is a soil also. there is a mud also, there is a rock also, right? All these factors are getting buried together. Along with coal, other factors are coming, and along with coal, dirt is there. So dirt is not desirable in the coal, right? Because its efficiency will increase, unnecessarily smoke will be there, all these things will be there. So removal of dirt is very important. So how we are removing the dirt? If the coal size is big, or the big size of coal, how we are removing the dirt? By using hand. If the size is big, it is easy to remove the dirt by using hand. But if the coal size is very very small, can we remove it with hand? We can remove, but it will take more time, right? To avoid that, if the big size coal is removed by big size coal dirt is removed by hand, and for small size dirt, small size coal dirt is removed by washing. We are washing the coal and we are removing the dirt, right? Now second process is coal drying. Coal drying, right? Now what is coal drying? Making coal dry, right? Now when wood is there, along with wood, rain is there, water is there, everything is buried under the ground. When we are taking out coal, it is not pure coal. In coal there is a moisture content, right? Moisture content in the coal could be 1% to 10% to 20%. Maximum 10% moisture is there. Maximum 10% moisture, right? So drying is very very important. What will happen if there is a moisture in the coal? Moisture is undesirable. Moisture is undesirable. Moisture is undesirable in coal. Why? Why it is undesirable? Yes. For every 1% of moisture, 0.12% of total heat produced from 100% coal. Yes. So if there is a 1% moisture in the coal, suppose 100% coal is there, out of that 1% moisture is there. So whatever the 100 kg coal heat will generate, out of that 0.12% heat will be used for vaporization of the coal itself, means wastage of heat, right? 1% of moisture will take 0.12% of heat produced. So eventually what will happen? Efficiency will decrease, heat losses will decrease, right? Then another reason why moisture is undesirable.
Incomplete combustion.
No, moisture will not cause incomplete combustion. If too much moisture is there, that will not be there. That it will increase load on the auxiliary system. It will increase load on auxiliary systems. What are the auxiliary systems? Fans. In the combustion chamber, for the combustion we are using fans. What are the fans? ID fans and EFD fans. What are the ID fans? Induced drafting. In induced drafting, what we are doing? We are sucking the air. And EFD is what? Forced drafting, in which we are sending the air. Right? Sucking the air and sending the air. That is induced drafting and forced drafting. So their load on these fans will increase. So load on auxiliary system will increase, and finally efficiency of the boiler will decrease, right? Then transportation cost will increase. Transportation cost will increase. If there is a 10% moisture in the coal, and from the iron ore I have taken out 100 kg of coal and I am transferring it from iron ore to thermal power, then what will happen? How much coal is being transferred? Even effectively 90%, 90 kg coal only transferred, because 10% is moisture. So unnecessarily transportation cost will increase, right? So that's why coal drying is very, very important. So how the coal drying is done? Coal drying is done by sending hot steam, by dry flue gases, right? And even by using sunlight also we are dry, right? But this is not the effective way of doing it. Okay, so it is very important to dry the coal, so that it first, and where we are drying the coal, not in the thermal power plant, in the iron ore itself. We are first drying and then transporting to the thermal plant, right? So this is the second step. Third step is coal sizing. Coal sizing. So what is coal sizing?
The standard parameter.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should have the standard size of coal, not too large or too small, right? So we are making coal into the standard sizes. For that, what we are using? There are grading tables, right? We are putting the coal into the vibrator, where it is vibrating, and it has the different grading holes. So different sizes of coal will be getting separated, graded, right? That is how we are doing the coal sizing, right? Then sulfur removal.
म्हणजे बाजूला झालेली कोणी
Yes.
ते फिल्टरवर झालेली सिलेक्ट आहे मोठी कोण जे आहे आणि वरचे
These coals will be cut into the small parts, right? Sulfur removal, as we know that sulfur is unwanted in this, so we are removing the sulfur. So there are pyrites of sulfur. Pyrites means what? There is a rock. On this rock, some sulfur is sticked on this rock, right? So we can see this, that we call it pyrites. How we are getting the diamonds in the diamond mines? Diamond is like a pyrite. It is pyrited on the rock, right? That is how we are getting the diamond. Similarly, sulfur is sticked on the rock, on the coal, in the form of pyrites. This is called as pyrites. So what we are doing? We are hand picking these pyrites and we are removing it if there is a sulfur attached to it, right? That is how we are removing the sulfur. Other methods, other chemical method is also there to remove the sulfur. Okay. Mostly we are not using that chemical method if the sulfur content is very less. If it is more, then only we are using it, right? Then last is washing. We are washing the coal. Washing of coal. We are washing the coal to remove the dirt, to remove the clay, and pure coal we are sending to the thermal power, right? You might have seen the train which is carrying the coal, which is very pure and black, washed out coal, right? Why it is so? Because it is washed already, right? So To remove the dirt, clay, all these particles, we are washing the coal. For washing the coal, we are using the jag. Okay, we are using the water jigs, not jags. Water jigs, concentrating table, and hydrochlor. For washing the coal, we are using the water jigs. In water jig, the shape of water jig is like this. Okay. Now, what is this? A coal will come. Coal will come on this side like this, right? And there is a water here. Water is there. Okay. What will happen? Coal will go through this. Coal has the less density, so mud, clay, which has the more density. Coal has the less density. So what will happen? Because of pouring of coal and because of this water, this coal will get washed out, and along with water, clay and mud will come from here, and coal will come out from here. This is the water chips, right? Then another is concentrating table. In concentrating table, we have different grades of table like this, and these tables are vibrating inside the water. So what will happen? Automatically this clay will get taken out. The size of the hole is bigger than this hole. So whatever the clay, mud, dirt that is stick on the hole, that will get removed from this.
Gold is extracted.
Yes. Gold is also extracted. Gold density is more. So clay will get separate out and gold will remain at the bottom. You might have seen this in the
Display.
yes. But that is done manually. Here we are using the machines. And then hydrochlone is there. Hydrochlone. So what we are doing here in water jug, what we are doing, this is rotating. If this is rotating, it will create the cyclone, right? Because of that, what will happen? Yes, similar thing is happening here, but here we are rotating it. So it will happen more effectively here in the hydrochlone, where cyclone we are creating by using the machine, right? So these are the steps for the coal verification, right? Then slurry or emulsion type of fuels. Slurry or emulsion type of fuel. Slurry or emulsion type of fuel. Okay. Now what is slurry or emulsion fuel?
Slurry is the
Emulsion means what? What is meant by emulsion?
slurry is what the
Slurry or emulsion means what? There is a liquid, and in that liquid there are solid suspended particles. Solid particles are in the suspended form inside this. That is called that slurry or emulsion type of fuel, right? In 50s and 60s, in 1950s and 60s, when the cost of oil was less, so at that time what we were doing mixing the coal powder and oil. We were mixing and forming the slurry or forming the emulsion fuel, and that same fuel we are mixing and sending it through the burning and using in the boil, right? So in slurry or emulsion type of fuel, there are three types: coal, oil, mixture. which is nothing but COM, coal oil mixture. In coal oil mixture, what we are doing, 50 to 60% of coal and remaining oil, we are mixing coal powder, grinded coal powder we are mixing in the oil, making sure that it has the sufficient density, it has the sufficient concentration of coal. So what happening because of this? Because of oil, coal will get fired easy, right? Boiler efficiency is also increases. And one more advantage was handling is very easy. For handling of coal, we require separate system. But for handling of slurry or emulsion, how we can handle it? We can handle it by using pump and pipeline. Transporting anything by using the pump and pipeline is very easy compared to transporting it by using transportation method, right? So this coal oil mixture can be, here what we are doing, we are mixing, here we are mixing coal, oil, some water and some binding chemicals. Here coal powder, then that will be mixed here. After mixing, it will be sent to the pump. It will be sent to the pump, right? And from pump to the pipeline, it will be sent to the burner. This is your pipeline, pump and burner. And this is combustion chamber. Okay, now so it will be easy to transport by using pump. It can be transferred, and its combustion, it will burn easily and efficiently. That is how this coal oil mixture we are using, and this can be used in the diesel power plant or oil fired furnace. Okay, so this, instead of for coal power plant, we require lot of arrangements, ash handling and other parts. So the system of coal thermal power plant is very big and very heavy. So compared to this coal oil mixture, if there is a coal oil mixture, it can be easily burned, and the initial capital cost of the plant could be reduced, right? And its efficiency, calorific value, everything is good compared to coal, right? Here we cannot increase the percentage of coal beyond certain limit, right? Up to 70%, 80% coal would be used. Beyond that, it will be difficult, right? Then second is the coal water mixture. Coal water water mixture, right? In coal water mixture, what we are doing, around 80% coal and 20% water. We are grinding coal, mixing it with water, and for what we are using it specially to transfer the coal from mines to the thermal power plant. Because transporting it by railway, that will be costly, but transporting it by using pipeline, that will be easy, right? So for this we are using the big pipelines, big pumps, high pressure pumps, and in between the, suppose there is a coal mine, here is the coal mine, right? From where we are transporting, we are mixing this coal water mixture by using the pump. We are transporting it through the pipeline, right? So in between we are using other pumps also, we are using these intermediate pumps are called as boosters. These boosters we are using to increase the pressure of it, so that coal water mixture could be transferred to the thermal power. But it has the main disadvantage is that its moisture level will increase. We have to dry it again at the thermal power plant. Even though we will dry, some moisture will remain there, and its total combustion heat, that will be reduced. But transportation cost will be reduced, right? Generally, this system is less used as compared to coal oil mixture. Nowadays, this coal oil mixture fuel also we are not using much. The reason is that the prices of oil compared to coal has increased. Oil and natural gas prices has increased after 1973, right? Because of uncertainty in the Middle East. Yes, because of war. Yes, the Islamic Revolution, Iran-Iraq war, because of many uncertainty, prices has skyrocketed, right? Because of that, it is not we are not using. Now, third type of emulsion or slurry fuel is what? CMW, coal methanol mixture. Now in coal methanol mixture, what is methanol? CH3OH. Methanol is what? Methanol means methyl alcohol. Ethanol means what? Ethyl alcohol. C2H5OH. Right? Both are alcohol. What is the difference between ethyl? Whatever the alcohol that we are using for drinking is what? Methyl alcohol or ethyl alcohol? Ethyl alcohol. Methyl alcohol. Yes. Methyl alcohol actually it is highly poisonous. You might have heard the news that Vishali Daru is अशी news ऐकली. Actually, instead of ethanol, by mistake if it is produced as methanol, then it will not be alcohol only, it will be poison, right? So because of that, people can die. Okay. So here what we are doing liquid methanol, we are mixing into the coal powder. Okay. The methanol percentage will be less, around 10%, 20%. Remaining will be coal. We are mixing it and mixing it with coal powder and using this into the furnace. Now what is the advantage of this? Methanol will get vaporized easy. How much?
Emulsion power.
Yes. Methanol has one property, it will get evaporate easy. Because of its easy evaporation, what will happen? It will evaporate easily and it will burn easily. Because of that, its combustion efficiency is increased. Its combustion happens effectively. That's why this coal methanol mixture is very effective, right? So these are the slurry or emulsion type of fuel. If the question will be asked, you can draw the diagram and you can explain in paragraphs, right? Okay. So we have seen selection of coal for thermal power plant, coal gasification steps, and slurry or emulsion type of fuels, right?